This is probably going to be slightly different from what you may have seen before. And I'm so pleased that tonight I'm going to present the Evorich presentation. We've all been eagerly awaiting this, and I just want to speak to everybody about how what you're going to see tonight can change your lives. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with the presentation. It is 7 o'clock, only just, but it is 7 o'clock. So who am I? My name is Gail Potkin. I'm a sorry about this, my slides weren't working properly. My name's Gail Potkin. I'm on the UK Local Council here in the UK. I like to think that I can help people by coaching and mentorship. I'm involved with this Evorich that is for us to divert our skills through international sales and marketing. And also, I like to think I can help people not only with my own self-development, but help them with their self-development and leadership strategies. I'm also an entrepreneur and a private investor as well. And tonight I want to speak to you about something that I got really excited about when I first saw. So it is different than what we're all used to. And at that time, I was working online. I've been working online for a few years. And, you know, I was running around from one thing to another and not really settling into anything. But I actually ended up speaking with somebody who cared enough about me to invite me to the presentation. And you're going to hear tonight why I got so excited. So what we're going to look at tonight is we're going to look at what's going on in the world at the moment. You know, we're in a situation where, you know, it's been a hell of a 2020. And to be perfectly honest, this was coming before that as well. You know, so a combination of financial problems around the world and a combination of the COVID around the world has created an even bigger snowball. And at the moment, you know, that snowball's running down the hill and there's lots of casualties from that. So we're going to look at that a little bit. And we're also going to look at the Evorich ecosystem, something again that will be quite unique to yourselves, and I'd ask you to keep an open mind on it. And then we're going to look at MLCI. And you might be wondering, what's MLCI? Well, that is multi-level crowd investing. And again, it's something that you may not have come across before. So again, that'll be you know, a good topic that we can actually speak about. And you know, one of the main things is to look at why we are doing what we're doing. So our why, okay, and how we can help people. And then looking at how we can help people to different steps to success. And then afterwards, you know, we'll do a little bit of Q&A if anybody wants to ask any questions. So let's have a look at what's happening around the world today. So we all know that because of what's happening, it's leading to high unemployment figures. And that's not just here in the UK, that's globally, that's worldwide. Okay, so as more people become jobless, you know, and more people begin to struggle on a day-to-day basis, it's creating this additional financial stress on people. And, you know, it's not a nice place to be because, you know, at the end of the day, when we're looking at our wage that's coming in and you look at the bills that are going out and it's not stacking up, and you know, you're thinking, where am I going to get that extra $200, $300, $400, $500 from to help with those bills? So we're in a situation now where there's more and more people that are starting to feel the stresses of strains of what's been going on around the world, and it's causing immense financial problems for people, you know, and nobody likes to see people losing the jobs and, you know, becoming homeless, you know, but we're seeing it now more and more and more, and it's a terrible situation that the whole world is finding itself in. So, you know, people are anxious, they are frightened. They're seeing everything, all these things watching the news on the television, and that's creating a lot of fear in people, which in turn leads to high stress levels. And one of the biggest things, one of the biggest killers in the world is actually stress, because it creates and puts a strain on the body, on the immune system. And it's, again, that's not helping when people are already struggling and the stress levels are going through the roof. Okay, and because of that, people are getting demotivated and they can't see a way out of what is actually happening, and families are breaking up. There's, relationships are breaking up, and everybody's got this uncertainty about the future, and even that can lead to an increased crime level globally. Okay, and so we're not in a very, very good place at the moment, and people are looking for a way out and how they can do that. And tonight, I hope you're going to see something where we can address some of the challenges and have an answer to some of these challenges that people are actually facing. Okay, so who are we? So Evorich, is a marketing platform. So basically, Evorich is a marketing platform, and we offer a unique business model that I'm going to share with you as we go along, and exclusive project participation opportunities. In other words, there's lots of things that you can get involved in when you see what we have to offer. And this is going to help lots of people, millions of people all over the world, and help them to become financially independent and free. And we're registered, and our headquarters is in the USA. We've got over 750,000 active partners worldwide, so we're a truly global business. We speak in 12 languages, and we've got over more than 1.4 million people who are registered with the company. And we offer people at least 10 unique brands in our ecosystem. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what our ecosystem is. As we spoke before, I talked about Evorich being the marketing company. So if you can imagine a marketing company, and underneath that marketing company, we have lots of different entities and companies that sit within that ecosystem. We've got our legal consultancy services, and this one is a really exciting project where people who probably have struggled to get access to legal advice, will be able to access that, at a reasonable cost to people, and through an app on the phone. So it's 24/7 communication with the legal company. And basically what they will do is they'll be giving advice to people, and say, for example, you're out in the car, you get stopped, you're not sure whether it's what the police have actually said to you is the right thing. You can go on, you can type in, and it will come up with the correct answer for the country that you're in. So that is a really exciting project that's been brought under our ecosystem. Another one of them is called UGain. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second. The Academy of a Private Investor, which was our very first company project, okay, and that's offering financial and investment education. And I'm going to speak about that in a little bit more detail. We've got Digital Doubles. Digital Doubles is absolutely fantastic, not only for people who are working online, but for traditional type businesses as well. And what this is doing, it's artificial intelligence at its very, very best. Okay, and they're using the technologies to accelerate business growth. So one of the main things that people struggle with is having eyes on their project. Okay, so those eyes on the project, is what creates the income for different companies. And this is exactly what Digital Doubles will do for people as individuals and companies as well. And on top of that, it also, within it, has a system where you can receive an income from that as well. Okay, and then we've got the EduCAF. Now, the EduCAF, again, I'm going to speak a little bit about as we go along, and also I'm going to talk about UGPay. So all these companies sit under our Evorich marketing system. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the projects that I've spoke about. Not all of them, I've just picked a few of them out. And the first one is the Academy of the Private Investor. And this is where there's been a really strong need, and no more than today, where people need financial education, because financial education is not taught in schools. And what a great situation that you can be in, where you can learn about financial education and pass that on to your children, because your children are not learning that in school. It's not something that's taught, not to the extent that we can deliver this education to people. So as a parent, as a grandparent, you can teach that to your children and your grandchildren and pass that information on, because they go to school, they then go on to university, where they're expected to manage. They've usually moved into accommodation and they're expected to manage their own finances, but they've not had anything to lead them into how to do that. And this is exactly what the Academy of the Private Investor, along with some other things, can do. So it teaches people how to manage the money and use it correctly, and how to actually increase your money and not spend more than what's actually coming in. Okay, and to how to manage without getting yourself in debt through credit as well. And we also give people a complete understanding of the science of investing. So what is investing? Okay, how can you create wealth, and how can you maintain it, and how can you make sure it's there for the future? Okay, so we increase financial investment literacy all around the world. And in this current climate that we live in, there are a lot of countries out there that get no financial literacy, no education on finance at all. In the UK, we get a little bit, and it is a very small amount. But in general, there are a lot of places around the world that are not getting that financial literacy. And with education and with that financial literacy and the understanding of how money works for you, it creates financial freedom. And we also help people and provide an opportunity for people to apply the knowledge and skills in practice, what they've learned. So where is the best place to invest your money? What are the things that are out there? What are your options? What is going to create growth for you? What is going to create a passive income? Things that you won't have been taught, and certainly not in school. Okay, and we show you how to make your wildest dreams come true, because let's face it, dreaming is something that we are discouraged from doing. We're not encouraged to dream. We're encouraged to go to school, get a job, work for 40 years, and then at the end of it, you hope that your pension is going to give you an income. It certainly will be giving you less than 40% of what you couldn't live on when you was actually working. Okay, so unless you're planning and creating something for your retirement, for when you plan to retire, then you're going to be struggling in retirement as well. And we're also bringing people together through the Academy of the Private Investor, who all think the same. One of the other projects that we have is something called UGAIN. Again, we've spoke about how, the world is in turmoil at the moment, and that companies, I put on the news again tonight, there's more companies in the UK going down, companies that have been around for hundreds of years, that should not have gone. And people are going to lose their jobs because of that. And small companies are struggling. Okay, and we want to bring something back to them to try and help. Okay, we can't always help the businesses that have already gone, but the ones that are still there, we can help them. And one of the tools that we've now got to help them is something called UGAIN, and it's a digital platform. and it can help and bring entrepreneurs, so people, business owners, um, people who have got either a shop or um, uh, an online business even, so somewhere where a product's being sold or a service is being given, and it can help people, and it can help the entrepreneur, so it can help the person whose business it is. It can increase the customer base for them, and it can reduce their advertising costs, help to improve quality of customer service, increase the number of repeat purchases, and more importantly, allows for worldwide use as well. And it's a solution that's going to automate the customer acquisition and retention. And for the user at the other end, it's helping them because it helps them save, budget, and properly manage their personal finances. And they get access to privileges, and they get discounts and things like that. So it's helping not only the business owner but the end user at the other end. Okay, and both the business owner and the user will have the opportunity to have 4 different types of additional income, and a passive income which does not depend on the personal efforts at all. And we call this you gain with no pain. So a really exciting business that you can either share in or promote. Okay, and then we've got UGPay Group. So the UGPay Group is a totally separate company, and it's registered with the US Security and Exchange Commission and incorporated in the state of Switzerland. Okay, and within that we've got our crypto unit program. And this is an innovative project, and this opens the doors for anyone to become a co-owner of the Crew Global Portfolio. And the assets in that portfolio, and it was actually this portfolio that got me excited enough in this business over 2 years ago. Okay, because I saw what this portfolio has got in it. I also, because of my background, which was at that, well, prior to that, I was a financial advisor, and I knew that there was nothing out there in the world like the portfolio that we were starting to develop back in 2019. Okay, and then we didn't have as many things in it, as many projects in it, but the aim was always to get lots of different asset classes within that portfolio. And we've now got gold mining that will bring an income to that portfolio, innovative transport, technology that will bring money to that portfolio, basalt fiber, again, big projects that are huge, which will bring a lot of money into the portfolio, diamond production. What we've just spoke about, the Academy of a Private Investor, that is part of our global portfolio, as is UGain, as is digital doubles, as is the legal policy. We've got the film industry, we're into culture. We've got a new film which will be coming out shortly, real estate. We've got traditional stocks, and we're in the cryptocurrency world as well. So that whole portfolio has a value to it. And this is where our World Crew sits. Okay, so the World Crew is like a share. So one World Crew, one token, which is a regulated security token, is equal to one share in that portfolio. And you can read more about it and get more information on this through the UGPay Group website, and look at our white paper. And there's also a link to confirm our SEC regulation with UGPay Group. Okay. So all the things that we spoke about, which are already in our global portfolio, you have a choice on what you want to do. You have a choice on what you want to actually look at and move with as a business. And we give you the opportunity to do that with a unique business model. And this allows anyone to be part of the ecosystem and actually earn from it as well. So how do we do that? Now, earlier on, I spoke about multi-level crowd investing. Some of you may have heard of it, some may have heard of it, some may not, some may. Okay. So what is multi-level crowd investing? It is a completely new concept. You won't see it out there at all, apart from with us. Okay. And what we do is we crowd invest on a multi-level marketing business so people can actually make a business from this, and yet you can still be co-owners of all the projects that we're involved with. So we do have a unique product niche. You know, we have access to the best products and services in the market, and I've just shown you just a few of those, because obviously as we're growing and as there's more and more things being brought on, you know, we can't talk about every single one in a short space of time, so you can learn more about those. You know, we give people access to the workshops and trainings for those products as well, to learn about them, and we give multiple offers and exclusive promotions as well. But when it comes to the actual business side of it, multi-level crowd investing also gives you the opportunity to build a business and be your own boss and work from home. And when we spoke before, we was talking about, you know, the world as it is today, and you know people are looking for things to do. People are, how can I start something out? How can I make money? And what's not going to cost me a fortune? And we're giving them that, and we're giving people the opportunity to have unlimited income potential. Now, when we speak about unlimited income potential, sometimes when you're working online or you're in a traditional MLM business, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way, you know, you sometimes your incomes can be capped a little bit, and you do have, you know, products that usually you have to buy on auto ship and things like that. And you know, one thing you're never ever going to be is you're never ever going to be a co-owner in that company. And that's the big thing. But with multi-level crowd investing, you're actually a co-owner in the companies that you're actually promoting. Okay. And that gives you a big drive, because you're going to benefit from that in the future. And you have the opportunity to build a global organization, and in your own hours. You choose the hours that you work. Now, the big one for me is the start of the business, because most people, I mean, it'd be interesting to know if people want to put some figures in the chat, but you know, what do you think it would cost to set up a traditional type business? And I mean, say a business with a shop or a product or something like that. Has anybody got any ideas what that would cost? If you want to pop that in the chat, and I've got my eye on the chat so I can have a look. 150k plus? Exactly, Elaine, sorry. Yeah, thousands, Faz. You know, it costs a lot of money, hundreds of thousands sometimes, to start your own business. And you're probably not going to see any realization from that for 2, 3, 4 years before you start making a profit, you know, on that business. Somebody else has put in to run has said 50k plus, you know, because some businesses don't cost as much as others. But we can start a business here for $10. And if you're in the UK, that's about £8. Where in the world can you start your own business with that sort of money? I don't know where you can. Not with what the potential, and not with the opportunity that this business is going to give you, and the amount of income streams that you're able to earn from. Okay. And we don't just leave you to do that, because like any other traditional business, when you start off, you need help, you need guidance, you need to know how to do it, how to talk to people, what to say, you know, the psychology of what to say to people. So we offer continuing support and training to do that. And we work on personal development, not only our own personal development, but we work on, you know, you can learn your own and learn how to develop yourself, because without looking internally to yourself. How can you help other people? And you're going to hear in a little bit why, what our mission is. And that's going to in turn give you financial security. And in return, the financial security eases all that stress that we've been talking about. Okay. And before we spoke about dreams, because dreams, we're discouraged from dreaming. I remember when I was a little girl, and I'd be sat there and I'd be sat on the settee and I'd be dreaming away. And, my hero was George Best, Manchester United footballer. So how I was going to marry George Best, and my mum would say, but that's never going to happen. I was never, as much as my mum and dad loved me, they were protecting me. They were trying to protect me because they didn't want me to be disappointed that I wasn't going to marry George Best, But I needed to dream, people need to dream. Children dream all the time. And we come along and we try and squash them dreams. We should be lifting them up. We should be encouraging them, not only children, but encouraging ourselves to start to dream again, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. The situation we're in globally is not here forever. We are coming through it and we will all get through it. And we have to dream and put that into reality as well. Work towards our dreams, and we help you do that through the Evorich brand. And also we've spoke about the global portfolio, because part of the multi-level crowd investing is that you can actually become a co-owner. And you're going to become a co-owner through the rapid diversification that this global portfolio has, and the different financial instruments that the education that you can purchase if you wish to will show you what types of things are out there that you can invest in. And we also have full transparency because we have our own blockchain technologies, and we'll have our own exchange, which is coming soon. And you're going to feel so secure, because what you're going to know is that what you're dealing with is also a regulated entity. So that portfolio is regulated and it's secure. And it's going to give you the growth of capital and capitalization. And you learn all about that with the Academy of the Private Investor if you choose to take on that education as well. And it also shows you how within that portfolio you're earning multiple income streams. So there's many ways that you can earn an income from this business. And again, that's alleviating all the financial pressure and giving you the freedom and allowing you to dream again. And that's what the multi-level crowd investing can give to people, as well as the co-ownership. So just to give you an example, one of the business we spoke about was the EduCaf. Okay, so the EduCaf this is what you see here. This is what it'll look like. They'll be duplicated all around the world, and there'll be mobile ones. There'll be, traditional type cafes, and people will be able to get takeaway food, or they'll be able to sit in and eat, and it'll be the cuisine of the country plus your traditional sushi, beet pizza, burger. Okay, and you'll be able to learn there as well. So you can either be a client, you can either go in and use that. You can be a businessman and perhaps think, do I want to do that myself? Do I want to set up an EduCaf? Some people will. Okay. But whatever is going to happen, if you're part of the global portfolio, you're going to be a co-owner anyway. Okay. So we can combine, as you can see, we're combining lots of different things, which is probably quite alien to a lot of people. How can I use this product? How can I own this product? How can I be a co-owner of this product and receive an ongoing passive income through the dividends that I'm going to get? But we're giving people the opportunity to do that. And remember what I said, the opportunity starts at $10. Obviously, the more that you put into it, the bigger share that you get. But this is what you can do. Okay. So everybody talks about dreams, and we talk about our why, because you know, it wasn't just by chance that they thought, well, we'll set up this and we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll all make a lot of money and we'll all run off into the distance and be very rich. No, that was never the idea. Okay, our why has always been the same. Our CEO, his vision has always been the same. And that is something called the new economic evolution of the world. So that's changing the way that the economy looks. And we're doing that through NEW, the new economic evolution of the world. And one of the biggest things is this global wealth distribution. You know, we talk about all the time about the rich and the poor and what's the difference. You know, there's a lot of very poor people in the world and a few rich people. You know, we want to change that. We want to make it so there's more, the poorer people are sort of moving towards more of the rich, so that people have the same opportunities, so that people can have that financial freedom that they've not had before. And at the same time as they get that financial freedom, they can help others to do the same as well. And by helping others, you're adding value. And you're adding value not just to our community, the new economic evolution of the world, but you're adding value to the world in general. And you know, you're you're working within what we call a progressive and like-minded society as well. So just to sort of sum up and recap, because it's been all me talking, I do apologize. I just wanted to try and get this presentation. It was the first one of this type we've done, so I just want to get the information out to people, and especially if there's people on here who's never seen this business before, or even if there is people who've seen this business before, it may be sort of throwing a different light on where we're going, how we're expanding, how things are changing, but changing for the good. So what will Evorich Partnership provide for you? Because that's what you need to know. You need to know, how is this going to help you? It's going to help you because you're going to be able to access the entire ecosystem and all our brands. So when we say all our brands, we mean all the different types of businesses we've got, and you'll be able to share them with other people as well. And because you're sharing those with other people, you'll be able to take part in our unique model of multi-level crowd investing and get paid for that and create multiple income streams from different sources. Okay. And you're going to be helped to do that with our exclusive training programs and mentoring, so you won't be left on your own to do it. And we're going to encourage people for constant self-development and personal growth, because we are a company that encourage people. We want people to be the best. We want people to be speakers. We want people to be able to go out there and stand in front of people and speak on whatever they want to speak. So we've got training programs for that. You know, we want to help people to be able to present this business to other people. We want people to be on the leadership council. We're encouraging people. We want people to be on the ambassadors council. We're trying to get people to a higher level, you know, and help them, because everybody can do, you know, can be that person and can do that. And more importantly, you know, everybody, especially in this world that we're living in at the moment, you know, we just want to be able to provide for our families. We want to make sure that our families are okay. We want to make sure we're okay in retirement and we're okay now, so we can earn money now, so we can create assets for ourselves for the future and for our family. Because please be under no illusion that our pension, the state pensions, we have what we call the state pension in the UK, you know, is that going to be around for very much longer? I don't think so. Every year they're increasing it. They're increasing the age in which you can get that pension. So we're having to work longer, but we don't really want to work longer. We want to be working so that we can create that financial freedom, but we don't want to be doing it forever unless we choose to. And we may choose to do that in different ways. We might not want to do it for money. We may want to do things to help people in the future. And you're going to be part of also of a community which is progressive. We're changing, we're moving all the time, and you're with like-minded people. So you know, you need to be prepared to see change, but please know that that change is for the positive. We're not going to stay stagnant, because you can't in the world that we're living in. You can't stay stagnant any longer. So the benefits to you are huge, absolutely huge. So what I'd encourage you to do is get back to the person who invited you, because somebody cared enough about you to invite you to the business, whether it was 12, 18 months, 4 or 5 years ago, or whether it's your very first time on seeing this business. Okay, so get back to that person who invited you and register, because you can actually register for free in the Evorich ecosystem for free. Okay, and you can start to earn. And you can select a project you're keen to participate in. So I've just briefly gone over some of these projects. You might want to know a little bit more about, say, just for an example, digital doubles. You might think, wow, I love the idea of that. I know lots of people who work online who would benefit, because everybody struggles getting contacts and talking to people and having the time to do it. You may love that project, so you may want to run with that. Or you may be into crypto and you may love the idea of the STO, the securitized token, because Bitcoin at the moment is going crazy. We know it's going up, but it can also come down as well. And it's purely supply and demand driven. Our world crew isn't. You know, it's not purely supply and demand. We have got a portfolio that does go up in value as well. With Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, there's nothing there. So you may love that idea and want to run with that and share that with people. And you may love the idea of the other projects as well. Okay, and please, when you've done that and you've registered, attend the trainings and workshops. Take note of everything that's going on. Everything's in your back office under the news section for you. You'll be added to groups, you'll be supported, you know, and participating, because you're learning and you all the time, you know, and then when you've done that, you just need to take action and go and talk to as many people and bring them onto a call like this. That is your job, to do that, so that till you're feeling confident and you can explain it to people. You know, use these meetings that are put here for that. Okay, so look at it, have a look. You may want to watch the video again. You may want to come on another one of these presentations that we do. And we do a couple of these a week, and all over the world there's presentations. And again, they're in the back office. So you can become an Evorich partner, and you will become then a new class of entrepreneur. So thank you for listening tonight. I am going to stop the actual presentation, but I will open it up if anybody's got any questions on what they've seen tonight. Anything that's not clear, or if anybody wants to say anything, then just let me know. You can either pop it in the chat, or there is a questions and answers that you can pop in there as well. Thank you, Paul. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I hope things are starting to become a bit clearer now. I'm loving this new presentation as well. I think it's clearer, you know, what we're about. So thank you for that. Okay. Okay, thank you, Faz. Okay, so I can't see any questions. Paul says it's much clearer. Excellent. Excellent. I think the marketing have done a fantastic job on that presentation. Thank you, Cisse. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay, I don't think there's any questions, so I'm going to end the presentation tonight. You can all have an early night. We've only took 40 minutes of your time, and I think that's the way it should be. But please, if you're an existing member, start to use these presentations to bring people onto them. I honestly think now we've got the presentation right, and I think people will understand much better what we are all about and what direction we're going in. So thank you very much, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.